Aha. Welcome. It was about time you showed up. I was expecting you a little bit sooner than this. Well, this might come as a little bit of a shock to you, but you're dead. Yes, Gabriel and Michael weren't available, so apparently I'm the next best thing. How flattering to be called the next best thing. No, I'm not joking, I swear to Dad. Oh, of course, Lucifer. Very nice to meet you. Very good. Well, if you don't believe me, how about this? Well, you're a hard one to convince, aren't you? Well, how about this little chestnut? I always like doing this one. Tell me, what is it you truly desire? Interesting. No, I've heard much worse. Now are you convinced? Okay, good. Well, I suppose I would say I'm here to judge you. Well, I'm just going to remove a random selection of certain important aspects of your life. And we're going to tot up the points. And we're going to see how far you are on or off the scale, positive or negative. I know, judge not, lest ye be judged. But I've been judged quite a bit, actually, so I guess this is one of the reasons they've chosen me. Yes. Best not to think about it too much, though, I suppose. Yeah, this thing was a lot easier when we had to do it for the ancient Egyptians. Weigh the heart. Is it heavier or lighter than a feather? If it's lighter, in you go. Ushered in. And if it was heavier, which quite often was, then down you go. Yes. But now we have this points-based system. It's a bit of a bore, really, but I guess at least it guarantees that you reap what you sow. For whatever thou reapeth is based off what thou sow. Right. You'll have to bear with me. As I say, I haven't been in this for very long, and I must admit, I didn't really pay attention that well at the orientation. But yes, point-based system. Now, I'm meant to do some sort of extractions. Well, obviously, we're going to start you off at -10 straight away for what you're wearing. I wouldn't be seen dead in that. No pun intended. Yes. Well, it's a little bit like karma, I guess, but not really, no. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. Not like that, not so. No, I think one of the most misinterpreted. Right, let me see if I can get this one. You saved somebody's life. Well, that's got to be worth a bob or two, hasn't it? Oh, I see. Well, I'm afraid that person does go on to become a rather awful individual. No spoilers, but I'm afraid saving that particular life is going to cost you actually minus 1,500 points. Yes. Oh, you won't know, will you? And as I say, things might change. There is a certain element of free will, I guess, that comes to play. I guess. Oh, of course. Yeah. Karma. Yes, karma's not some great equalizer. If I do bad, then badness will fall upon me. No, there is no such thing as that. No. Karma literally parking over two spaces. Minus 10 points. Arriving at a place because of your previous actions. Well, helping various people across the street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very good, 9 points. So if you were to take certain actions, then eventually you will arrive at a certain place. So for example, an angry person might be very rude and angry with people he meets. And then he may come across somebody who is flummoxed by this anger to the point where they forget to give them a discount, a 50% discount that happened to be on at the time. You see, your poor actions, not only, I'm not saying you particularly, people's poor actions tend to lead them to a place which makes their lives worse. Not always, of course. There are some very high-level profile examples of people who have only really been evil and haven't got their comeuppance, but don't worry, I'll see to that eventually. Yes. But conversely, you might be a very kind, happy person who's kind to everybody you meet, and you ask somebody else who decides to give you the staff discount, for example, because they find you so charming. Yes. I do notice that this parking over two spaces, it seems like it was only once. And you had a good reason, so I'm going to give you 10 points back for that, actually. Yeah. Oh, there's awfully lots of examples like that. Insider trading. And you never got caught, did you? Very good. Minus 100 points for that, I'm afraid. Well, I would say it's typically not net neutral. No, karma tends to bring you into a highly positive or a highly negative state, which is why this most certainly isn't based off karma. Laughing at somebody's situation, let me just check that. Nothing to write home about there. this one not writing home enough. Minus 15 points for that, I'm afraid. Even more, okay. A little bit more. Yeah. Various sundry lies. Minus 652. Sorry. Minus 651. Almost got an extra one on there for you. My mistake. Now let's have a look. It looks like there's a lot of these as well. Kind exaggerations. I see. No. Kind exaggerations. Very good. Plus 650, I think. This is a rather substantial one as well. Yes. Yeah. Yes, this one is various compliments. I think we have 852. Oh yes. Thank you. Yes, I do it. My. Well, you know, it's never too late. 853. Give you a little extra one for that. I assume it wasn't something deliberate. Standing idle. Minus 40. Well, general rudeness. Well, not too much, and it tends to be a low scoring thing, but they really do add up. Minus 52 in this case, but I really have seen these go rather high. Oh yes, you can take possibly an hour counting some people's general rudeness. But of course, there is another side to that coin. General politeness. You strike me as a rather polite person. We get quite large pieces of politeness here. This is rather on the negative side. No, very positive. Plus 156. Well, as long as you are positive, then, yes, you are admitted. And if you're negative, well, let's worry about that if it comes to it. Doing things just because others are doing it. Minus 25. Constructive criticism. Plus 65. Very good. Destructive criticism. Pretty clean there, I think. Minus 3. Restructive criticism. Minus 1. And prestructive criticism minus 8. Now this one's going to be a little bit more of an effort. Oh, right, well, yes, this one is greenhouse gas emissions. Your carbon footprint, basically. Well, because every action that you take has some level of repercussion. Used to be we would calculate these things literally on an itemized basis. You know, for example, you bought your friend some flowers. What a wonderful thing, plus 5. It probably wouldn't be that high, but depends who your friend was, I guess. But let's just say, for argument's sake, plus 5. But of course these flowers were flown in by an aeroplane. -10. And the money that was made from these flowers happened to be used for somebody else to purchase things of an unethical nature. -27. But no, now we try to avoid that. Try to keep it consistent. Very good. -5,652. Oh no, that's actually, it's quite a good score, actually. Did very well. Recycling. +46, well done. It's always good to recycle. Recycling products that you know are not recyclable. -5 for that. But with the motivation of incentivizing recycling centers to recycle them, +6. Very good. Right, let's take a quick look, shall we, on who you follow on Twitter and Instagram. I see. And you follow them as well? I see. And on both on Instagram and Twitter. I see. That's -2,300 then for that. Telling lies to your dentist and or hygienist. About flossing. -24. Yes, what do we have here? Do you have a TikTok? Let me just check. Yes. -50 for that, I'm afraid. Dank memes, usage thereof, -24. Let's see, do we have any fresh memes in there? Yes, fresh meme usage. +45, very good. Donations to charity. +450. 50. Well done. Very good. Very nice of you. Leaving voicemails when you could have texted -45. Holding the door open for people. +55. Standing in line in Starbucks for 10 minutes and then still taking 5 minutes to decide on your order. -5. And I can see here, yes, you've done virtually the same thing in a drive-through in McDonald's, except you're waiting even longer then. So that's a -6, I'm afraid. Mixing up you and your, and you are. -3. Offering up your seat on public transport. That's +10. Very good. Very good. How are we doing? Oh, I see, not amazingly well. But there's still time. Let me have a look. Let's see if I can get a bit of a higher scoring one for you here. Now this is interesting. Yes, it says here that you paid more tax than almost every living billionaire. That's very impressive. That must have been quite a large. They must have paid a fortune. It's actually not that impressive. More of an indictment on your society, if anything. 436 though, so that's not bad, is it? Plus, I don't know about that. The billionaires will be picking up the tab on that one. Yes. Unfortunately for them. Alright. This one might be a nice score as well. Returning your shopping cart to its designated space. I've done that one quite a lot, actually, including other people's shopping carts. That's very good. Very public spirited. Plus 545. Foot tapping, -50. Tap dancing, +50. Very good. Very good indeed. There are a few occasions here where I see you've hit reply all. That's -6. I'm afraid. Putting things back in the right place at the supermarket. Plus 12. I mean, it could be a lot worse than that, couldn't it? Talking in the movies. Minus 19, I'm afraid. Having more than 10 items in the 10 item or less section. Minus 55. Getting close. I still think the score's not ideal, is it? Good. Not taking up both armrests on the aeroplane. 1256. That was a very wise decision. Yes, we're pulling it back a little bit now, aren't we? Texting while walking. Minus 25, I'm afraid. Being nice. To people. $1,430. Liking Bob Dylan and or Leonard Cohen. 555. Very good. Liking something called Nickelback. Minus 555. It's unfortunate that brings you back to 0. Not standing too close in line to others. Very good. 152. Pen clicking. Minus 144. Starting sentences with no offense, but minus 1,450. It's not looking the best, I'm afraid. Well, there are advantages, I guess, too. It can be quite warm where you're potentially going, I guess. Being on time. Not including today, of course, but plus 56. Very good. Vague use of GIFs and or emojis. Minus 75. Passive-aggressive acts that would otherwise have been aggressive acts. Plus 54. It's probably not going to do it, but it's better than nothing. Not standing at pinch points. Plus 52. Whistling. Minus 14, I'm afraid. I don't think anyone's ever... Roger Whittaker. But apart from him, no one's ever made points from whistling. Telling people about Tuvan throat singing. Congo Alandor, I think, is my favourite. I think that's how you say it. Yes. Very good. Plus 65 for that. Using the phrase spoiler alert at the end of a sentence. Minus 72. Giving people good directions when they're lost. Not bad. Plus 35. Putting a coin in an expired meter. Very good. Plus 7. I wish people had done that for me. Saying please and thank you. $255 points. Very good. It's not looking brilliant, but let me see, there are still a few little things here. Picking up somebody else's trash and putting it in the bin. Or the trash can, I guess. Very good. Plus 77. We have one more thing here, I think. An act of outstanding moral courage. Plus 5,599. That sounds very interesting. Yes, tell me about that. I see. I guess that that explains why you're here with us a little earlier than some might wish. And did they, in the end? Well, I can always check for you, can't I? I'll get back to you that I'll get back to you with that. Well, anyway, that gives your total to +1. Congratulations. Very, very well done. I must say I'm a little disappointed, but no, good on you, I say. +1. It's a good job you gave me that compliment earlier. That's very nice of you. Strictly speaking, not really in time, but we'll let this pass just that once. Yes. Well, well done. I believe if you head through the gates there will be an orientation and potentially a sort of barber. I've never really been in there for very long. There is some sort of after party with the new people who come through, so I'm sure it will be just wonderful. Yes. Well then, off you go before I change my mind. This next one's a member of Congress. Next.